Hello and welcome to Find Your Encore. Find Your Encore is designed for those of us who struggle with untapped potential, unfulfilled purpose, and who don't want time commitments or to run short on cash. Participants learn to create a life filled with purpose and joy, using their strengths and talents while ensuring time freedom and financial confidence. Hello, this is Jane Miller, lead coach at Jane Miller Associates. And if you don't know me, I've spent most of my 25 plus years in the corporate world, in the electric utility industry, working with large and small companies to help them reach their bottom lines. And it was while at Metropolitan Edison that I was tapped to coach my fellow employees through a monumental change process. The personal development bug bit me so deeply, and over the last 20 years, I've spent countless hours and tens of thousands of dollars studying the best gurus and programs in the field, earning multiple consulting and coaching certifications along the way. And I'm just really happy and grateful now that I have this time with you to share my expertise and guidance. And I've chosen these programs, and I think you're going to like them very, very much. Now, let me start by suggesting how best to interact on the call here. So we're on this Zoom platform, which a lot of us have really gotten experience with. So the chat box is down below. So what you'll do is type any questions in the chat box and make sure you've selected that all participants can see. And then at any point, raise your hand and we can unmute you and listen to what you have to say. Now, if your computer does not have an internal microphone, you'll need to use your telephone to call into the conference with the numbers that we've given you. So we're going to roll down through the webinar, and then we're going to take the questions and answers at the end. So as promised, we're going to reveal to you the one thing you should never consider when establishing a goal. The secret to overcoming procrastination, doubt, and worry. The scientific-based method to staying on track and achieving your desired result. You'll learn how self-image affects motivation and the results you're getting. You'll unlock the key ingredient that's missing from your best efforts. So, also, there'll be a very special offer at the conclusion of the webinar, so make sure you stay tuned until the end, okay? All righty, so let's go find your encore. I want to start with a discussion about goals. And the question was, what is the one thing you should never consider when establishing a worthy goal? Well, first, let's understand about the three types of goals. A-type goals, those are the things you already know how to do. Let's say the boss wants 50 widgets, you're already doing 60. B-type goals, these are what you think you can do. Well, if I do X, Y, and Z and ABC falls into place, I can probably get to that goal. But then we have our C-type goals. These are our fantasy goals. These are your wants. These are what you really want. Think about it. Now ask yourselves, are my current goals making me excited and energized? Do I think I can reach my goals? Do my goals belong to me? Or are they someone else's? And what do I really, really want? That's the C-type goal. If you don't get chills when you think about your goals, think again. So what is the one thing that you should never consider? It is, am I able? Of course you're able. If science and theology are true, and really they're the only 2 points of reference that we have on this, of course you are able. You have infinite potential and infinite reservoirs of ability. Thomas Edison said, if we did all the things we were capable of, we would literally astound ourselves. And I agree. So we already know that we're able. So what we really need to ask ourselves is, am I willing? This definiteness of purpose and desire will keep you from failure, because really failing is not failure. Failure is giving up. So don't give up. Change the date if you must, but keep the goal that excites you. It starts with a fantasy, it moves to a theory and becomes an idea, and then we shape it into your exciting C goal. Think about it. A goal is something you're going after that you've never done before. A goal is designed to help you grow. It causes you to draw something from yourself that you didn't even know was there. You know, if you already know how to reach your goal, the goal is not going to do for you what the goal is designed to do. And if you're really going to accomplish something, you're going to need to be inspired by going after something that you really want. It's going to have to come from inside. So am I willing? Now, only work on 1 or 2 goals at a time. More on the C-type goal. They come from your fantasies, and we use our imagination. Now, I love studying Napoleon Hill, author of Think and Grow Rich. He says, imagination is the most marvelous, miraculous, inconceivably powerful force that the world has ever known. Now, merely fantasizing about a thing, it doesn't make it just appear on the physical realm. Action does. However, your process of thinking and internalizing this much desired goal will create many ideas. So as we work together, we work to become aware of these ideas and capture them, write them down. And then we complete action items for each one. More on that later. You will be amazed at what you can accomplish in 30 days just by completing 1 action a day. Just think how far you can go by completing 4 or 5 or 6. Now you might be asking, how do I stay motivated in this whole process? Well, there's a very straightforward way to overcoming procrastination, doubt, and worry. Are you ready? It's decision. Decision is the secret to overcoming procrastination, doubt, and worry. So decide what you really want, because decision is the polar opposite of procrastination. Decide what you're willing to give your life for to obtain it. Does that sound scary? It should, because you are already giving your life for what you're getting now. The power of your wants and desires causes awareness of the things that you're going to need to get. And then persistence kicks in. So to conquer doubt and worry, replace those with their polar opposites, which are understanding and faith. So what might be causing doubt and worry? Well, if we look closely, we can figure out the facts. Is there someone already doing what you're doing? Probably. What's the actual worst thing that can happen if you step out? Most people are reluctant to step out and act on their big idea because they fear of what they will lose. Know that everything you have, though, is according to your level of awareness and knowledge. And if you lose it all through some error of judgment, you can have it back in a relatively short period of time. Consider, instead of what you will lose, consider the benefits of what you'll gain, not what you'll lose. We do things like write encouraging notes to ourselves, highlighting the wonderful things that'll come our way once we crash through the obstacles with faith. So in the Find Your Encore program, we work a lot. We work in depth on creating a mindset that can carry you through with drive and determination and, coupled with that C-type goal and desire. Now, there still is a very important element that you have to engage in. And this is really, really important. It's probably one of my favorite concepts. It's the self-image. A little known fact about self-image, most anyone can bull their way into changing their behavior for a little while, but soon our old habits and results, they come back. Does that sound familiar? Enter the self-image as the primary cause of success or failure. And science and psychology agree that the one prime cause for either success or failure in life, it is the hidden self-image that you have of yourself. Now, look at this little kitty cat looking in the mirror. What does he see? Set your self-image high, like the kitty cat in the picture. Focus on the you that you want to become, the results that you are seeking. And then your actions and habits will stay on course according to the self-image that you set. Make sure it's one that you desire. So self-image is key. So much so, I want to talk about a few more items on the self-image. Allow me to introduce to you the stick person. As you work with me and finding your encore and thinking into results, you'll become very familiar with the stick person figure. Now, the stick person figure comes from Dr. Thurman Fleet, back in the early 1900s, because he wanted to have a picture of the mind. Now, just take a moment and think about the mind. What comes into your mind? The brain? Me too. That's what I used to think. But the brain, as wonderful as it is, the brain is really just an electronic switching station. And as I mentioned, I spent a lot of time in the electric utility, and the brain is capable of billions upon billions of kWh of energy just flowing in and out, doing all sorts of wonderful things, but the brain is not the mind. So Dr. Thurman Fleet came up with this little stick person figure. And on the left, you'll see the top large circle represents the mind, and the body is the small circle. That's where we see our action and our results. And on the right is the same stick person, but this is when we're either a little baby, a little child, or if we're not taking care of our mind. So here's what I mean by that. Do you see how on the right, as a child, we have no capacity to choose or originate our own thoughts, our own ideas? So the thoughts and images from well-meaning parents and teachers and others just went unfiltered right into our subconscious mind. So again, as you see, as an adult on the left-hand side, we have two parts of our mind: the conscious mind, where the thinking and originating of thoughts takes place, and the subconscious mind. So let's look more closely. As a child, these thoughts and images would go flying right into our subconscious mind, and they became our program, our habits. We also call this program our paradigms, but more on that later. Think of some of the programming that you may have. Money doesn't grow on trees, Children should be seen and not heard. Don't talk to strangers. Be satisfied with what you have, and so on. But now that we've developed the faculties of our mind, whatever thoughts that come into our mind, we can choose to accept or reject. We can originate new thoughts. Yet still, whatever we accept or let drift into our subconscious mind is internalized, just like it was when we were a babe, and it shapes our self-image. And as we already covered, if we go back here, the self-image predicts the results that we're getting. We study this concept of the mind and thought a lot in our Find Your Encore and Thinking into Results programs, but for now, just know you can choose to accept or reject any thought or image that's presented to you in your conscious mind. But beware, when it hits the subconscious mind has no ability to accept or reject. Further, it has no differentiation whether what it's accepting is real or imagined. Check this out. This is, they're just two examples of how some IT departments help employees to make a stop timeout before they download harmful viruses to their system. So look, external email, stop and think before responding, clicking on links or opening attachments. Caution, this email originated from outside my company. Do not click links or open attachments unless you recognize the sender and know the content is safe. Further, do you want to accept whatever is coming to you? So doesn't your self-image deserve the same consideration as computer? Why allow such harmful viruses into your subconscious mind? Things like, oh, the economy is so bad. The world is so full of terror. You don't have the right sales ability. There are no leads left in this area, etc., etc. So stop. Don't accept that. Replace such negative input with things like ideas like you want to see come true. Use positive. I create my own economy. There is abundance for all. I have all the tools I need to succeed. People are waiting for my call. Now, as I mentioned, I really love the concept of self-image, and I want to talk to you about the scientific method to stay on track and achieve your desired results. And again, I love this idea because really it portrays what's my favorite concept. It's helped me to achieve my dreams of a six-figure income, monthly travel, friends in many places, the health and physical body that I wanted. You too can employ the mechanics of Cybernetics as developed by Dr. Maxwell Maltz. So Dr. Maltz was a reconstructive surgeon in the 1940s, and he observed an interesting phenomena with his plastic surgery patients. He noticed that many times after surgery, maybe to fix some disfigurement like a large nose or whatever, it might be a scar. When he fixed it, sometimes the person's self-image soared. But all too often with other patients, there was absolutely no change in their self-image. Sometimes he noted that an otherwise beautiful person would come in seeking some surgery, just convinced that a new nose would change their life, but it rarely did. Now, cybernetics itself is a basic system understood in the mechanical world and with some animals, and it's all about set point. So think about the thermostat in your home or the GPS in your automobile or this plane on autopilot that we're seeing here in the picture. So you decide on the set point, and the cybernetic mechanism self-corrects until the desired result is acquired, whether that be a 70-degree room temperature or getting you to the beach. All you need to do is program in the exact result desired. So Dr. Maltz noticed that sometimes these patients, even after successful surgery, they suffer from low self-esteem and they had emotional scars from the past. And so their self-image was inaccurate. The old self-image they had would sabotage their attempt to change. So their set point was still their old self-image. And Dr. Maltz saw this unhappy behavior, the negative self-feedback, because they were focusing on the old memory rather than focusing on the corrective thing that happened, the surgery. He theorized that everyone has an automatic success mechanism, a natural ability to achieve goals, and he termed it psycho-cybernetics. So generally, when people lack self-confidence, it's probably because they're paying too much attention to the past or even their current results. So to achieve, this success, you have to activate the automatic success mechanism. And that is the set point. So what we do is we vividly visualize the successful result or the new result, the perfect image of the goal we're seeking. So just like in the photo here, the plane wants to get to Paris. Paris is the set point. They're leaving from Chicago and they're going along and maybe some turbulence comes or some wind and it pushes it off course. But the cybernetic mechanism knows the set point is Paris. So it self-corrects and off it goes. So let's say that you're trying to release weight. And you start off and you're cutting out all the whites, the white sugar, white potatoes, white flour, etc. And you start to see some results. A couple pounds, yeah, this is great. Let's continue. But in your mind, if you're still seeing yourself as overweight, not fitting into your clothes, etc., guess what happens? Your psycho-cybernetic mechanism takes you back to the set point that you have in your mind. That said, what do we want to do? We want to visualize the goal as if we've already achieved it. That's the image we want to hold. And it's been said, if you can hold it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. And I totally agree. So now I want to talk about the key ingredient that is probably missing from your best efforts. It's attitude. Attitude is a word that is most commonly used, but most commonly misunderstood. If I were to ask 10 people on the street to describe attitude, there would be 10 different descriptions. So for our purposes, we want to know that attitude is a composite of your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. Let me go back here to our stick person. So our thoughts, as we learned, we can think of thoughts, we can have thoughts come in to our conscious mind, we can accept or reject them. And then the feeling comes from those thoughts pressing down on our subconscious mind, right? And finally, the action is seen in the body. How often have you heard, from parents or bosses or leaders that if only you would improve your attitude, if only that kid would improve their attitude, they could. But it's not easy to just correct your attitude or have a good attitude. But as we become aware of our thoughts, that helps. That's the first step. And we wonder, sometimes when we're just a little off, we're just not feeling right. Again, that comes from the subconscious being out of vibration, as they say. But let's take an easy step. Trying to force a positive attitude when you're not feeling it, it really soon fades away. But the way to create a lasting attitude is to understand how it's formed and affected. So again, remember we talked earlier about our ability to accept or reject ideas that come in through our senses from the outside world. We can accept or we can create good thoughts, thoughts that will serve us, thoughts that will serve our goal, and turn those thoughts over to our subconscious mind. That's where, again, the subconscious mind accepts everything as real. These good thoughts then put you in a good vibe, right? Good feeling. So positive thoughts, positive feelings. And the result is, you guessed it, the right attitude. So it's not about bullying your way through. It's about your thoughts that you choose to accept or originate, how you repeat them to get them set in the subconscious mind. And your good feelings then will have come from internalizing those thoughts and ideas. And then your actions will be seen as the good vibe. And here's some good vibes here. So remember, your attitude is going to determine where you go in life. It's really the foundation of failure or success. And remember that your attitude is the composite of your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. Now, your thoughts, feelings, and actions are energy. And just like the little smiley face here in the third picture, you're going to be sending that out. It's a vibe, right? People used to say to me, Jane, when you just light up the room when you come in, and that's what they were talking about. So what you send out into the universe is really going to come back to you. I love this quote from Leland van der Waal. He said, "You only have to do something until you want to. Then you don't have to anymore." Let me repeat that. You only have to do something until you want to. Then you don't have to anymore. Alrighty then. So this was so fun. I've given you just snippets of some of the things that we work on in Find Your Encore. Are you starting to understand then that you can have what you want? You can do this? Do you see how your thoughts are key to action? But what action? Let's talk about your dreams and your goals and your wants. I remember my mentor, he would say, tell me what you want and I'll show you how to get it. And I'd say, but I don't know what I want. I think really you do know what you want, but sometimes we don't feel we can get it. We feel we don't deserve it, so then we don't bother. You know, you could easily just go on about your busy life and put your true life, your authentic life on hold again. But remember, we talked about this. You're already giving your life for the results you're getting now. So why not give your life for what you really want? So as an Encore seeker and a career changer and a baby boomer myself, I understand firsthand the challenges of figuring out what's next on our life path, how to stick with it until we finally reach the target. So in our work together, I figured out how to create this custom plan for you. It's personalized. Then once we get the plan taken care of, I show you how to accomplish it with ease and flow, because I don't like hard. I don't like pulling my way through. So this personal blueprint that we're going to work on together, it's going to take into account your strengths, your challenges, your likes, your dislikes, your wants, desires, your finances, your family, your doubts, your worries, your fears, you name it. What's really exciting is now we have this course online. So isn't it time for you to finally start your next chapter? You deserve this Encore, and the rest of the world's waiting for you to share it. So I've put my popular Find Your Encore program together online. And again, it was designed specifically for busy baby boomers like us who struggled with untapped potential, unfulfilled purpose, and who don't want time commitments or to run out on cash. You may be facing retirement, looking for a career change, wanting to start a business or a side hustle, in need of a little more cash, looking for your next gig, trying to repair your relationship, or really just searching for any of life's answers. So working together, we're going to design a personalized plan. It'll be a complete roadmap outlining your best route to your life filled with purpose and joy, that use your talents and strengths, tap your potential, but while ensuring you time freedom and financial confidence. And we'll be along to co-pilot. We'll coach you to navigate the best ride as we go. So we've got easy to complete checklists and blueprints and tools. And we're going to help Encore creators come away with this clear, step-by-step personalized plan that not only reveals a perfect path to Encore, but we show you then how to put it in action and go get it. So the way we start is through our introductory module. It's a 4-step process plus this introduction. So in the introduction, it's a quick start module, and it immediately helps you to reflect on your wants and your dreams and your desires. And the reason for the introduction is to help you start to put your thoughts into writing, because writing activates the process of rewiring your brain. Remember? To get the right thoughts and feelings and attitude so we can consider possibilities and be open to them. And it helps us to commit to the focus that we're going to want to finally go for it. So there's a video in there and some worksheets and so on that are going to help you along the way. And then as you continue on with us, I mentioned the 4 steps, and there's 4 modules, one for each step. So each module outlines one of the steps that you're going to take to realize your Encore. So in module 1, we work to find clarity. We create goals and vision, and we start to craft this plan for you. In module 2, you'll start to make decisions, create commitment, and set to launch your plan into action. And it's important that we do this with persistence and on a continuous basis with consistency. Module 3, you'll really learn to live your Encore more fully, dipping your toe, refining, and mastering your mindset. We started a little on that today, but we'll learn more how to conquer your doubt and worry. We'll break through fear. And remember, we talked about that programming, those paradigms. We're going to create new paradigms that serve you. And then module 4 is really going to help you to love and celebrate your Encore. We'll look at how to easily multiply your results, and we'll optimize your environment, put everything on autopilot so that you can enjoy ease and flow. There's a fully writable workbook that's provided where you can capture all of your thoughts and actions, and we provide it in PDF and Word. And again, there's a video, there's audio you can download to listen while you're on the run. You're going to find assessments and checklists and guidance and plenty of space to capture all of your ideas from one step to the next. So how do we make this happen? So I've broken this up into 3 different options, and I think you're really going to like this. So depending on how much time you want to spend, you can choose whatever option suits you the best. So option number 1 is our Find Your Encore online course. So this is more or less self-study. You get the Quick Start Introductory Module that we talked about to get you started on your way. And then you get the 4-step process that's presented in those separate 4 modules. There'll be several personal assessment tests that you'll get the results back online for you to study and review. There will be facilitation videos and audios for you to watch and listen. And remember, repetition is key. You'll get the full course workbook in both PDF and Word. And I do that because the PDF is easier to print out, but the Word you can download to your computer and type your answers right in there. I like the PDF to print out and take pen to paper. We have a private Facebook group, and in this group, we help each other to look for answers. We give support. It's a place to post your worksheets that you're working on and give you some accountability. And then we'll have monthly follow-up using the email and the Facebook machine. And it's all designed to move you to your plan fast. And I like fast, but what I like better is even faster. So look at this. Option 2. Option 2 is our Find Your Encore online course plus 3 months of live support. Excuse me. So you get everything that was there in option 1, plus you'll also get a personal 45-minute call with me to kick off your plan, really get you rolling. And then we have online weekly group coaching sessions. These are recorded in case you'll miss any, but we use this format, Zoom, so that you can check in weekly with fellow Encore creators. There's also a monthly question and answer calls, which are really fun. You can, ask just about anything that is on your mind and get some assists for any things that are blocking you, and also to celebrate your wins. And I'll also send you the Find Your Encore workbook in print form. Then you don't have to, print it all out on your paper and ink. I also include a Find Your Encore journal and planner. And this is all designed to implement your Encore faster. And faster is even better than fast, isn't it? What's even better? The fastest. So I love this option 3. Option 3 is the Find Your Encore Advanced VIP course because you're very important to me. And we do this over at least a 6-month period. So you get everything that was there in options 1 and 2. Plus, I do an evergreen coaching, which are 15-minute calls for quick questions. So if you have a specific obstacle or some question you need or resource, and all you do is you sign up on my scheduler, and plenty of anytime texts or emails to help you refine your plan. I also include, and I've mentioned this, the Lifetime 12-Lesson Thinking into Results program. And this is going to really catapult your results fast. And this part you can start anytime. Some of you may have been in my Thinking into Results program, and I've used this for individuals and businesses and organizations. It's really a deep dive into some of the concepts we are working on today. With that, we'll have separate facilitated Thinking into Results group lessons. So you'll have, again, your Find Your Encore group if you've joined that, and you'll also have the Thinking into Results group call. There will be special quarterly question and answer calls with some really fine guest coaches to help us perfect our paradigms. I love these, and these include some of my personal mentors who are so generous with their time and invite our clients, my clients, to chat with them as well. And then I also offer 1 3-day virtual conference with either Sandy Gallagher, Bob Proctor, Doug Dane, who are my Thinking into Results mentors and head up the Proctor Gallagher Institute. And these 3-day virtual conferences have been phenomenal. You can sit in on them live, and you also will get the recordings to enjoy. And this is the option that I love because it helps you to reach your encore in the fastest manner, again, with ease and flow, because we don't like things to be hard. So let me run through the investment. So the option 1 is your Find Your Encore online course. And again, self-study with the Facebook group and all the course materials for $4.97. And option 2, we add on the group coaching for 3 months with live support and that introductory 45-minute call with me. Option 3 then is the Find Your Encore 6-month advanced VIP course that includes the Advanced Thinking into Results program. And that's priced at $69.97. And all of these, or the 2 of options, you can also choose to put them on an installment plan for 3 months. So think about it. I mean, finding your encore for, less than $500, and you can go back through the course as often as you like. What have you been waiting for? You've been looking to do this for so long now, and it's time. It's time for you to invest in yourself. And 2, if you like the idea of some group coaching and a little more live support, hey, $39.97 and be working for 3 months with each other, you can't beat that. And then finally, the very advanced VIP course at the $69.97. So since you've stayed on the line and on this webinar thus far, I so appreciate your time, and I know you're serious if you've kept with me this far. So I want to offer you something special. And here's your special offer. I'm going to cut some costs for you and also increase some time. So what's better than that? More money, more time. So you can get in on the lifetime online course for $297. And that's funny. It's lifetime because if ever I take it down off the internet, you're going to get an email and you're going to get everything downloaded to you so that you'll have it for a lifetime. So $297. Super great. You can't even get a pool membership for that. I love to ski. Some resorts like out in Vail, Colorado, you can't even ski for a couple days for $297. Option 2, I love because it adds the 45-minute on with me. Plus, I'm going to extend it to 6 months with our group coaching. So everybody gets to hang out for an extra 3 months. And I've cut that down to $29.97, or if you need an installment, $1,100 a month will get you there. And finally, option 3, and this is for your fastest results, the Find Your Encore Advanced course, I'm going to extend for a whole year. We're going to work together for a whole year. So really, we're going to be get to go through these courses a couple times with you. And you'll have all the evergreen coaching and the emails and text unlimited and a super group to go along with you. So I've cut that down to $59.97 or $2,200 per month for 3 months. So I want you to get started on this today. I don't want you to let your dreams expire. So I'm offering this special cost and extended time so that you can find your encore faster, or the fastest. So this is our special offer, and I really hope that you're going to take advantage of it. So I want you to get started today on this. So let me just remind, and definitely will provide the recording so you can look at this, but here are the items side by side. So your option 1 is your online course with all of the online and the workbook in PDF and the Word and all the videos and the audios and the personal assessments that you're going to really love finding out about yourself. And then option 2 adds in the group coaching and the printed workbook, and printed planners, and the 45-minute personal call with me. And then finally, the option 3, again, adds in everything in option 1 and 2, plus the Lifetime Thinking into Results program, and the group coaching, and the evergreen coaching, the 3-day virtual conference, the monthly Q&A calls, all designed to reach your encore in the fastest manner. So what's next? Well, just a couple ways to do this. You can send an email to me at jane@findyourencore.com and just give me a message that says, yep, or you can say, hell yeah, I want some of this. And tell me which option you'd like to initiate. And I can send you an electronic invoice, and then you'll get immediate access to the introduction module. And then once we get the payment settled out, the whole course is yours. Or you can go right to our website at findyourencore.com/special offer. And on that page will be some buttons where you can choose your option and use PayPal or Visa or whatever to purchase it online right away. And as soon as you do that, it'll take you right to the full course. You can send me a text at the number there, letting me know the option that you prefer, and I'll get an invoice out to you as well. Now for options 2 and 3, because you're getting the personal call with me and some of the other goodies, you'll also receive a link to schedule your one-on-one session with me, and then I'll also send you your group session sign-in. It's so exciting for me, and I'm so ready to help you find your encore. Many of you who know me know I've done this for a long time, and I've had such fun putting this course together for all of you. So I really don't want you to miss out on this limited time offer to find your encore. So I want you to get started. At this point, we'll take some questions. I'm going to open up the chat box. So I want you to, stop talking about it and start to go get your dreams and go find your encore. Whether that means a professional or a business goal, a personal goal, or anything with your team at work, it's time. So again, feel free to check out our website where there's numerous articles, there's blogs and program suggestions. There's more information on our coaching. Above all, again, I'm so happy that you're all the way listening through to this webinar so that you can take your next step. So again, this is Jane Miller. Now let's go find your encore, and we'll open it up to questions.